Hey leetcode fam. Yes, in today's video, let's go over the daily problem of 27th March 2024, and the problem is Subarray products less than K. And now let's just go through the problem statement once. The question is, we'll be given a list which contains some numbers, and we'll be given an integer K. And what we have to do is, we have to find continuous subarrays whose product is less than or equal to the given integer. Okay, now consider this array 10, 5, 2 and 6. 2 and 6. Okay, and given K is 100. So what we have to do, first we'll check if 10 is less than 100, and yeah, it is less than 100. So now we will have 1, and then we will check, yeah, 5 is less than 100, so the count will be 2. But 10 multiplied by 5 is 50, and that is also less than 100. So we have 3 subarrays, and then 2, it is also less than 100, so we'll have the count of 4. So there are like 4 subarrays, and 2 multiplied by 5 is also less than 100, and 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 10 is equal to 100. And according to the statement, we have to check for subarrays which are strictly less than 100. So we can't take 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 100, but 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 10. But yeah, 5 into 2 is also a subarray, and then 6 itself is less than 100, so that will also be a subarray. And then 6 multiplied by 2 will also be a subarray, because that is also less than 100. Yeah, so we have to keep on doing like that, and at the end we have to just return the count of the elements, not the subarrays itself. So yeah, that makes the question far more easier than it seems. And so, like, how can we do that? Yeah, the main prerequisite for this is knowing what a sliding window is. So basically, a sliding window is a kind of two-pointer approach where we'll have 2 pointers next to each other, and depending upon a certain specific condition, we either increment the right pointer or the left pointer. But one thing to make note is that left pointer we should never cross right pointer. That will obviously lead to inconsistencies. So yeah, how can we implement that approach over here? So what we can do is, we can declare a product or a window or any integer, anything, and declare it to 1. We can't use 0, because anything multiplied by 0 becomes 0, and yeah, we'll get okay, that was not good. Yeah, anything multiplied by 0 will become 0, and we don't want that. So okay, yeah, so now how can we do that? First, we'll have the window, and we'll have an answer variable also, which will keep track of how many subarrays we have found till now. And then we will have 2 pointers, or the window with left and right. Initially both will be 0, and after first iteration what we'll do is, we'll check 10, and we'll multiply it with our product, and we'll tell, yeah, 10 is obviously less than 100, so we'll increment count by 1. And then we will check 10 multiplied by 5, and yeah, that is also less than 100, so we'll add that value to our answer, or increment count by 1. And then we see that 5 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 10 is 100, and yeah, that should not be included. So what we'll do is, we will remove the left pointer from here, and we'll move it over here. We'll remove it from index 0 and move to index 1. So now our window will be like this, and 5 multiplied by 2 is obviously less than 10, less than 100, my bad. And then what we'll do next is, since it is less than 100, we'll increment the right pointer, so our total window will become 5 to 6, and that is also less than 100. And yeah, we can directly follow these rules and arrive at our answer. So yeah, let me just code it up. I hope you understood, and if you did not understand, you can just reach out to me. And yeah, and one more thing which we can do is, we can add a guard clause. If k is less than or equal to 1, yeah, then we can return 0. Like, okay, you might be asking, what if k is 0 and the given integer is array list is also, yeah, and in this condition there are multitude of subarrays, you might ask. But look at the constraints. The given numbers will never be 0, so yeah, this condition will never happen. Yeah, be careful and look at constraints always. According to constraints, the numbers in the array will always be between 1 and 1000. So yeah, so that is the reason why we can directly return 1 if k is we can return 0 if k is less than or equal to 1. Okay, and now let's have our window 0, yeah, and we have to have our window window or slash product, or what do you want to call? Okay, let me call it product. Yeah, product is also equal to 1, not 0. And then we have to have an answer variable which keeps track of how many windows we came across till now. And while L is less than len of nums, or is less than length of nums. Yeah, one thing we have to note is that in general in most programming languages the final index is non-inclusive. So yeah, now first calculate the product equal to how product multiplied is equal to num set position the right index. So first, yeah, we have to check for this one, and then we have to check for this, keeping this value, and then we have to gradually increase the window and decrease it based on our conditions. Yeah, and while product, whenever product becomes greater than or equal to window, what we have to do? Window, not window, becomes greater than or equal to k. Yeah, what we have to do? We have to increment the left pointer and remove that value from our product. So yeah, so we have to take product and we have to remove the value at the left pointer, and after that L plus is equal to 1. Okay, yeah, now majority of our algorithm is done. So now we can just directly calculate the window as r minus L plus 1 and increment the r pointer. And yeah, and then we can directly return the answer. See, rather than incrementing it count by count, what we can do is we can directly put the window length itself. First, it will add 1 because product is less than k, and r will be 1, L will be 0, and after the second increment L will be 0, r will be 1, r will be 2, so it will become 2. After third one, what will happen? L will be incremented, but r will stay the same, so again it will become 2. And then after the fourth increment, it will become 3, the size of the window, and that will add up to 8. Yeah, just let me check it out once. Okay, output is 3, expected is 8. There will be some mistake, and you just have to check it out. Taking the product of the right element. So, and then you're incrementing, and then you're returning. Yes, do you see the error? We have to add the value to the answer, not set the answer to 3. Be careful of those things. Yeah, be sure to review your code once or twice whenever you write it. Yeah, and no one is perfect, and everyone will make errors, and even I am not that proficient. So yeah, those kinds of error will happen, and don't get disheartened. Go through the code once. If you can, then do a dry run. Yes. Thank you for watching till now. Yeah, good luck.